The Chico Organizing Committee of the Democratic Socialists of America calls for democratic control of power utilities and an end to the barbarous practices exploiting unhoused and incarcerated communities. The Camp Fire, currently decimating a large swath of Northern California, started under conditions of critically high wind, low humidity, and dry fuel, but the response to this fire and its aftermath point to a different but equally disastrous situation being fueled by destructive capitalist enterprises at the expense of unhoused and other exploited communities.
Northern California's energy is supplied by Pacific Gas and Electric, a government-regulated monopoly. They maintain power plants and lines that provide electricity to over 5 million Californians and pipelines that provide natural gas to over 4 million. But PG&E's history of poor maintenance and resistance to life-saving infrastructure improvements has forced Californians to pay a steep price for their utilities. In 1999, PG&E caused the Pendola Fire, which burned 12,000 acres of forest land, including habitat for endangered species. 76 structures were destroyed. In 2010, a natural gas pipeline under San Bruno, California exploded, killing 8 people. Last year, in 2017, PG&E equipment and infrastructure sparked numerous fires across 8 Northern California counties, burning over 8,000 structures and killing 44 people. And this year, 2018, the Camp Fire. Indications so far point to PG&E infrastructure again as the cause of the Camp Fire. So far, the town of Paradise has been wiped out, with over 10,000 structures destroyed. The death toll is currently at 76, with officials still searching cars and homes for human remains. Over 1,200 are missing. It is both the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California history.
While this ecological calamity unfolds, the human toll of this disaster has yet to be fully discovered. PG&E has proven it cannot or will not provide energy to Northern Californians safely. The time has come for a public takeover of energy utilities and an end to fossil fuel exploration and development, while retooling our infrastructure for green energy. Just days prior to the start of the Camp Fire, the Chico City Council reinstated the anti-homeless sit-lie ordinance. Now Chico is flooded with refugees from the Camp Fire disaster, and shelters all over town are overwhelmed, while night temperatures are dipping into the 30s and 40s, and unhealthy air quality has become a daily concern. Housing is a human right, not a commodity. Regardless of the cause of one's displacement, all people deserve a safe place to stay every night.
This also comes on the heels of Enlo, a huge complex of medical facilities in Chico, issuing notices terminating their contract with Anthem Blue Cross. Chico residents insured with Anthem were directed to the nearest medical facility that accepted their insurance, which was Feather River Hospital up in Paradise. In the wake of the complete annihilation of Paradise, Enlo was forced to temporarily accept Anthem Blue Cross policies. This again shows the inhumanity of the for-profit medical insurance industry and the desperate need for Medicare for all.
Lastly, as in all California fires, CAL FIRE has deployed thousands of inmate firefighters, paid mere dollars per day. These volunteers leave the confines of prison cells to live in conservation camps throughout the state. They work year-round on projects of all kinds, and in the summer they form the backbone of CAL FIRE's manual fire labor force. These incarcerated workers face a brutal choice: work for next to nothing or sit in prison. Upon release, they are often blocked from employment by the same agencies that use them because of their criminal records. We must end mass incarceration and the brutal forms of exploitation it perpetuates throughout our society.
The destructive nature of capitalism and the inhumanity of the institutions it perpetuates have been placed in stark relief against the flames of the Camp Fire. The deteriorating infrastructure of private utility companies which may spark the fires, the insurance industry profiting from them, and the mass incarceration complex using incarcerated workers to put them out are elemental to the capitalist system that exists at the expense of us all. Chico DSA stands in solidarity with all of the exploited communities that the Camp Fire has impacted and resolutely against the few who choose profit over humanity.